If you're creating lessons in Xerte comprising several pages, it's likely that you'll want to include pages on which you're simply presenting information and pages with interactivity. You can, of course, add text and other media to any interactivity page, but in this video, we're looking at the text and media pages, which include no interactivity, other than that needed to navigate through the content. You can present information through text, audio, video, images, tables, charts, and animation. But in the context of language learning, text, audio, and video are likely to be the main media you use. Let's deal very quickly with the text pages, which are very straightforward to use. And here are the pages available in the text category. The most obvious page to use to present information with no interactivity is plain text, because it's essentially a blank canvas onto which you can add any other media. You can use the orientation, summary, and title pages if you wish, but it may be easier to develop customized templates for these types of page using plain text, and then you just copy them into new projects. You can create columns in plain text using auto columns from the toolbar, but if you want more control about which content appears where, use columns. The bullets or timed content page displays bullet points at intervals set by the author, and I don't use it because it tends to dictate the speed at which learners read and process information, and this is not a natural way of reading. When working with text, you can copy and paste from Word or other sources, but it's a good idea to go via Notepad or Text Edit if you're a Mac user, because it strips out all the formatting which may cause problems in Xerte. So, you copy your text from Word, and you paste it into Notepad. Then you copy it from Notepad and paste it into the text editor in Xerte. Now let's move on to discuss audio and video. It's specifically in the context of teaching spoken language that Xerte shows real strengths. And this is because you can link sections of text with sections of audio or video. This makes Xerte really useful when you're teaching pronunciation or listening micro skills, for example in word recognition or identifying word boundaries, or when you're teaching vocabulary. Here's a screenshot of all the media pages available. In fact, I only use a few of these page types, either because many of them are fairly similar to other pages, or because many of the features they offer can now be accessed through the toolbar. The first page type we're going to look at is Transcript Reader. As the name suggests, you can use it to present a written transcript synced with audio. Here's an example related to different pronunciations of the letters INE at the end of words. I'm going to play the recording now, so the sound you hear is from the Xerte lesson. In one-syllable words and most two-syllable verbs, INE is usually pronounced ein. For example, fine, line. In some words of two syllables or more, INE is pronounced in or un. For example, imagine, medicine, So here, as the recording plays, you can see how sections of text are synced with sections of audio. You can also see that the use of layout, color, formatting, and phonemic transcriptions helps learners to understand and process information. There's another page type, audio slideshow, which does something very similar to transcript reader. You can add an image almost anywhere in Xerte through the toolbar. However, if you use the advanced image page, you can also choose to display the image with or without a border and a shadow effect. And you can also magnify the image. In this example, you can see the border and the shadow effect, and if I position the cursor over the image, you can see how the magnifier works. If I click on the image, it opens up full size in a pop-up window. With Media Lesson, you can have up to 4 panels displaying on the page, compared to the 1 or 2 panels on other page types. However, Media Lesson does not offer any further functionality that is not available on other pages, and you may prefer to use simpler page types with the content spread, if necessary, over a sequence of 2 or 3 pages. Here's an example with video in one panel on the left, static text in another panel on the right, and multiple choice questions in the third panel. Each panel is independently scrollable. PDF file allows you to display a PDF within the Xerte page. Here's an example, and you can see that the PDF is embedded, but there's also a link which opens the PDF in a new browser tab. In fact, you can add a PDF download link to any page in Xerte. You can insert audio or video on almost any page, and there are a number of different ways to do this. In the YouTube description below, there are links to pages in the Xerte wiki which show how this can be done. When presenting information with a combination of text and other media, another option is to create content in PowerPoint and then either use this to create a video or embed it into your Xerte lesson as a PowerPoint slideshow. You can either use the animations feature in PowerPoint or copy and edit slides to create the impression of animation. Here's an example which is part of a lesson helping students to understand the grammar and syntax of active and passive verb forms. This is the author's view in PowerPoint. Shapes including text have been added as animations. When I record the video, I would add a voice. So here are the main points of this video. For text, you may find that the plain text page type meets all your needs. Using this page type, you can create templates of pages for specific page formats that you use again and again. Transcript Reader provides an effective way to sync text and audio, and Synced Video does the same thing for text and video. You should check that you understand the different ways to add audio or video to any page in Xerte by using the guides on the Xerte wiki. There's a link to the Xerte wiki below. And finally, creating content in PowerPoint and then importing or embedding it into Xerte may be easier if you're used to working in PowerPoint. I hope you found this video useful, and if so, do add a like. You can also post questions or comments, and I will respond within 2 or 3 days.